Benjamin feels like he's struggling with his music. 8 months ago, he bought a new interface, downloaded Ableton Live, and made his first song. For the first few months, his tracks were getting better and better, and he finally found the confidence to post them to YouTube. 13 views later, and the results are in. One comment reads, "Keep the rave alive." Benjamin thinks to himself, that's really kind. But another simply reads, "Thanks for butchering the song." After some hurtful feedback, he decides he won't give up. He says to himself, maybe the hate will stop if I make great music that everybody likes. He scours the internet looking for advice. He feels inspired by creators like Andrew Huang, Mr. Bill, and In The Mix, and tries out the tips presented in their videos. His tracks slowly improve, but he realizes he can't continue in this endless cycle forever. There must be a better way to make great music on a consistent basis. After all, he can't keep on investing time and money into his music if he can't get the results that he's looking for. But there's a solution. What if there are 6 lazy habits hidden in plain sight that everybody misses when they're first starting out? And what if implementing those habits actually cuts out years of trial and error, getting you closer to your goal of making great sounding music? Okay, so we're in Ableton, but there's a problem already, and I actually got this tip from Kashmir, the big room EDM producer, in one of his tutorials. I watched one of them years ago and it's always stuck with me. He always starts out his sessions with a kick drum and some synthesizers. Now, unfortunately, looking at the Ableton default template, I have to literally be Leonardo da Vinci to muster up the inspiration to make this blank canvas something worthwhile. So let's just make this more interesting. So next time when we open up the default template, we can actually put pen to paper. So I have this little drum loop here, but I want to add layers. Do you know what? I can't be bothered programming more drums. Let's just drag a loop from the Ultimate Drum Pack in. Okay, right, well, it's easy as this. Let's just hit quantize. Oh, fantastic. A new drum layer has appeared. So the point to this is, it's not a bad thing to use loops. I'm all about time efficiency. If you can add drum loops as layers to speed up your workflow, then it's a trick that everybody should have up their sleeve. Okay, so this track needs a little bit of spice. I have something that I always go to make things a little bit more tikka masala. Slap that bad boy on. Go on. Yes, it always makes me happy, this plugin. So the third point, have a go-to plugin that you rely on to just make things a little bit more crispy. And I love Decapitator for this. Okay, so this habit lets me work horizontally rather than vertically. And this means that I can get more of the track done in less time. So this next habit is what I spent half of my time in Ableton doing. It's copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Or in music production terms, we call it duplicate. Now the way to do this is obviously Command D, or if you are a user, Control D, I think. It's been a while. And I would forget that tracks typically last 2 to 3 minutes rather than 5 seconds. So I would spend all of my time working on 5 seconds worth of music, but would forget that there's an entire track that needs to be finished, right? So have you ever wondered why your track sounds so dry? Or you get a sense that it could be more organic? May I present to you Rain. Slap this bad boy in any intro and you're golden. Usually the most time-consuming process comes in the mixing. And I think by and large music makers overcomplicate this, and I was guilty of this myself. The easy way in Ableton to mix looks like this. Have a drum group, and then have a sidechain group, and a vocal group. And within those groups, you can have groups within groups. So let's say you have two synths. You can now group those together, and then you can mix those together. And this approach is just called top-down mixing. It's all about efficiency and speed, getting the track done and sounding as good as possible in the least amount of time. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I got this tip from watching hours of Mr. Bill tutorials. So I think this bonus habit is actually overlooked a lot of the time. It's a pretty old but simple technique, and it can actually add a lot of texture if used correctly. I honestly think arpeggiators add so much depth, especially if you have some delicious sound design backing it up. It honestly doesn't have to be complicated, but oh my goodness, is it lazy. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope it helps you improve your music. And I think that this video here will help you on your music making journey. Why have you not clicked it? Go on, click it.